Once upon a time, there was an oscilloscope. It's just sitting there, costing a lot of money. And then, the Zack Nation attacked. Yes. Adding on liquid cooling tubes, all kinds of tasteless gold trim, circuit boards, glowing knobs, all kinds of crap, and RGB strips all the way to the horizon. It was turned into a magnificent device. But lo, disaster struck during a move when a brown sludge built up throughout it. Thought it would be a simple cleaning operation, but it turned into a catastrophe that destroyed all of the equipment that Zack holds dear. But now, the time has come. Weeks have passed. Lots of work has gone in, and much of it has been wasted, but I think today it's going to pay off. Without further ado, I think it's time to finish the job and make the ultimate gaming oscilloscope. Let's see where we're at so far. Oh wait, wrong angle. Here we go. So, I have spent some time over the last few weeks. Bending some tubes, redoing some of the electronics. I printed a nice little fan grill, salvaged the pump from my from the megalith, and this is where we're at. I've also changed how the construction of it. So before, I had to pull the entire thing apart to make any changes, but since that's going to be so much more difficult with the metal or the hardline tubing, I have changed the window so it's now detachable. I also added a little message: $18,000 just does not buy what it used to. So yeah, all the pieces are in place. So we're gonna try to hook everything up, and we're gonna do the hopefully it's gonna do the thing. Got a few tweaks we have to make. I found some stuff during testing, but let's explain. Let's move over here and get the party started. So today's stream is gonna be a little bit shorter. Hopefully we can actually finish this thing, but no matter what the outcome of today is, this will be the last time that we feature this project, because I know that we've been doing this for a while, and I wouldn't be surprised if you folks are getting sick of it. But here's what I've done off camera. I've finished bending the rest of the tubing. It actually took almost every bit I had. About 4 meters, and there's only a few, maybe a few hundred centimeters left. I used nearly all of it. This one tube is actually a full meter. I needed to extend it here. I didn't have enough fittings, so I had to use some of the fittings from the megalith to do so. We got that. We moved the Raspberry Pi Pico inside. I added some more connectors. Let's see. Oh, I seem to have... Huh. Oh, that's what happened. It came off. Yeah, so I've got the pump and fan right now connected to the power supply. As it turns out, they actually draw more current than I expected. The pump, I thought it only drew a few hundred milliamps, but it actually draws almost 2 entire amps. So we're not going to be able to power it using. Directly off of the oscilloscope, I think. So I think we're going to give that a test. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to have to do a little research and all that. So here's what we're doing today. Today, we've got the tubing. We got alright, so we've got our tubing and stuff set up. Put a little fan grill over here. We've got it partially assembled. So what we're going to do is we're going to reconnect the wiring to the Raspberry Pi Pico, and just make sure all the lighting, and make sure all the lighting is working. Then we're going to reconnect the Pi and the Pico to the oscilloscope. We're going to turn the oscilloscope on. We're going to make sure that we didn't break the oscilloscope at any point here. Next thing, I added these triangles are ventilation holes, but we don't want them anymore because now it's venting into the case instead of out the side. So we've got these little triangular lenses, and we're going to hopefully they'll friction fit. We might have to glue them in place. Yeah, then hopefully everything comes together, and we can. Yeah, hopefully everything comes together, and the project is complete, and then I'll be able to put it up on my bench. And I just realized that I didn't cover my hand, and it looks kind of gross because the injury, because that cut I got still has not completely healed. Yeah. So today's stream is going to be a bit shorter. We're gonna have to cut out around 3 or 4 because I'm going to a wedding. I'm going to try to keep things moving as quickly as possible, but it is likely we're not going to finish. I am very, very tired because the computer broke and all that. Because the computer broke the same week that I had a number of interviews, and I, did the podcast series. I've been going like nonstop for like 3 straight weeks. I'm dying here. So hopefully we're going to get this thing done, but we're going to have to cut out 3 or 4. It's going to be a little different. Talon, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it. He says, I think this project is cool enough. I would not mind seeing it as long as there's more to do with it. I really appreciate that. You're going to see plenty of it on my desk, on my workbench during episodes. It's going to hopefully become a new part of my... hopefully it's going to become a new part of my my set. Rudy Niemeyer asks, is there going to be a to-do list on screen? No. It has become too... no. I haven't had the time... I've had to strip the... I've had to strip everything down to the bare basics to be able to get it done on time, and one of the corners that got cut is going to be the oscilloscope. Palador Sim says, take a break and don't burn out. Unfortunately, that's not possible. There are expectations to meet and there are bills to pay. Julian Bloomberg says, what is your upload schedule? I don't have one. I try as much... Alright, the streams are every Monday, every Friday, 1800 UTC. The videos are done when they're done. I try to do them every 2 weeks, but sometimes circumstances force me to release them earlier or later. So, yeah, Tandon asks, I really need to start linking the Discord FAQ to YouTube, because he asks, can you make a new version of the glasses with a transparent OLED? That's not physically possible. Or rather, it is physically possible, but you can't look at it. Alright, here's why. You don't have to believe me. You can think I'm full of crap. Here's what you do. Turn on your phone, right? I have an iPhone. iPhone is the same, oh, yeah, see, I'm watching Overly Sarcastic. They just released a new video. Yeah, iPhone has an OLED, same as an AMOLED, same as a transparent OLED, except it's not transparent. Now hold your phone an inch away from your eye and try to read it. It's not going to happen. Yeah, that's why you can't use a transparent OLED. What happened to my... Alright, last question. Nicholas Stansk asks, what happened to my hand? I was cutting a 3D print. I was trimming off a 3D print, especially, in fact, it was the drawer for the Anycubic Viper that I gave away during the stream before last. And broke through and hit my hand. So luckily we didn't need any stitches or any staples. It's held together by these special strips of surgical tape or something. Yeah, but it's gross, and I know that people don't like it. So that's it. Future question. In order to conserve time, for the most part, the only questions I'll be answering are going to be super chats from here on out, because I want to get this thing done before ideally 3 o'clock. So or 3 o'clock Mountain, of course. Who knows where you folks are? So thanks a lot for tuning in. Let's finish the fight. All right, so. Yeah, so we've got our new pump, we've got our tubing, we've got we've got all our cool stuff in here. Now I'm just thinking of a way to do this that well, all right, let's take a look at the noise levels. So it seems like the pump is, or the fan is fan in the power supply is making some noise. So let's turn the pump off for now. I've been running it overnight because you have to bleed air. You got to make sure the air gets into every. You got to make sure that the air gets into every area so that it washes out any crud that's been in there. So I've left it running overnight. So let's get the. All right, so I've wired up all the LED strips. So I'm thinking like let's get the let's try to get the Raspberry Pi going. Let's get that thing set up and see if everything is working correctly. Now I realize that I've made a minor mistake here because I have the camera. I didn't move the camera from last time, so it's the closest. Yeah, I didn't move the camera from last time, so it's doing a close-up of the front, but most of the details we're going to be working on are in the back. Yes. Yeah. So, let's... I can't turn it over anymore because now it's got liquid cooling tubes all over the place. If we put pressure on them, they might fall off. Okay. So, I'm going to move the camera down, and we'll see what... we'll see if we can get a good angle of this. This is going to be difficult. So, bear with me one bit. Well, that's not what we want. That's, Alright, so it's kind of tricky to see in here. Oh, of course. Of course. This project is also kind of large, and my desk... I haven't been able to properly clean the workshop in now it's 6 weeks. So it's getting a little overgrown. So let's make some room without knocking anything over. I've got all of the parts I've added mounted on. It's not Velcro. It's called dual lock. It's sort of like Velcro. So hopefully we can get this thing out. It doesn't take the Velcro with it. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So yeah, we've got our Raspberry Pi Pico, which I'm actually getting a few more of those things. Got to figure out some. The software's starting to get good, so we can make some projects, make some more projects with them. Yeah, so we have NeoPixel. That's those are the front panel LED. Here and here we've got the dot stars. I've got them color coded. Yeah, this is our new power adapter. Before we had it soldered onto the back, but it's going to get ripped off. So yeah, and over here. Got a 4-pin connector to control the radiator, or to control the pump. The pump has, yeah, we've got, it's a 4-pin, it's basically a 4-pin fan, so we've got the tachometer, the rotation sensor, and we've got the PWM, the control line. I haven't been able to get the PWM working, though. We're going to give that a shot to see if we can control the pump speed. Maybe it'll draw less than 2 amps. Anyways, that's what we got here. We're not going to plug the pump in right now because there isn't any software to support it anyways. Yeah, we're not going to. So before we power this off of the, before we power this off of the oscilloscope itself, we're just going to. I'm going to turn this back down to 5 volts. We're going to plug it off. We're going to power it off my benchtop power supply, just to make sure that there's no. Just make sure that nothing is going to, explode. I only get one of these oscilloscopes, and somehow, miraculously, it hasn't broken yet. And I want to try to keep that streak going as long as possible. There is nothing riskier. Let me tell you, there's nothing riskier than building a project with an irreplaceable part. My rule is always get 20% extra, or 2 more, whichever is greater. Always get an extra 20% or 2 extra, and that I certainly am not going to have 2 extra $18,000 oscilloscopes. Here's another question: what ended up happening with my auxiliary camera? Because I want to get that pointed at this so we can see what's going on. Where did my cam go? I know it's connected to the computer. So let's follow the cable. no, I don't want. Didn't mean to throw out my lighter. Oh man. Here we go. So let's try to get this thing at a reasonable angle. Yeah, before I didn't have a fan in this at all. It was 100% passively cooled, and that didn't work. Yeah. Also, can't forget, today's episode is sponsored by Things. Things.com is Things.com is a sort of like a database of 3D printable and, you know, just generally useful 3D models. I put up all of my models that I make for the channel. I put up all my models, both the ones that I make for videos and projects here, but also stuff I just make for myself. That's all on Things.com. You can use the link in the description. It helps out the channel, and you can see some crazy stuff. Julia says thanks but no thanks. Har har. Thanks a lot to Things for making all this happen. While you're there, be sure to check out the augmented reality feature and see how easy it is to upload your own projects. It's really simple. I put up a bunch of stuff from my gaming computer, and I'm not sure there's anything in this project that would be of value. I'm not sure there's anything here that would be of value for anyone else to make, but I guess I could put everything up. Anyways, thanks a lot to Things for sponsoring this episode, and enjoy the enjoy the show. I still haven't. Let's see if we can get this on the. Nope, we can get this in the first try. All right. Yeah, I ripped the USB port off of my. Oh, there we go. I ripped the USB port off of my macro pad, so I reprogrammed my my main keyboard to switch between camera angles. The USB port luckily isn't destroyed. Like, I didn't rip the pads off, but I did. But it did pull one of the pins off of the micro USB port itself, and I don't have a replacement. So that's on standby for now. Okay, so let's. All right, so we've got this powered up. Let's actually get this pointed this direction. Let's focus on some lights here. I rearranged where some of the lights are. Yeah, there we go. That should work. That should work better. Come on. So, all right. So let's power this thing up. We're gonna unplug the micro USB. We're gonna unplug the Pico from the Pi and plug it into a USB hub. There are no easy to access ports here. That was a strange sound. And let's turn on the power. All right, it's looking pretty good. Let's. I can't really move this thing around, so we're gonna take you on a trip. So it looks like the internal lights are working. We've got the lights. So I drilled this hole here, right? See that one right there? I drilled that hole to connect the pump and stuff to the board, to the power supply board. And I drilled through the bottom, and I drilled directly through some of the LED strips. Looks like I spliced them back together, but it wasn't my smartest move. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not my smartest play. So we've got these triangles here. Those holes, we're gonna fill those in. Let's swing around to the front and just make sure that. Come on. Yep, looks like our front panel lights are working too. All right, these lights, this strip of lights here, does not make a lot of sense anymore. Before it used to illuminate the the reservoir, but now the reservoir is on the front here. Maybe I'd like to get that. I'd like to get that its own lighting. I'm just thinking here. So there are a couple options of what we can actually do with this thing. We can either reposition this top strip of LEDs to be like like behind these on top. Maybe we can make like a 3D printed bracket or something. Or we can wrap them around the pump. We're gonna wrap them around the reservoir. Maybe try to get that. Maybe try to get that sparkling. Let's we could give that a shot. Give that a shot. We should be able to do that without. Yeah, we should be able to do that without setting up the without having to like rip anything open. Okay, great. So it looks like we're in business here. All right. I see some. I'm seeing some folks in chat asking why you need your phone number for Discord. We get rated. I am a YouTuber, and I'm a YouTuber, and that means that people are constantly trying to rate our stuff. And the only way we found to drive them off in any meaningful way is by enforcing the highest level of verification. If you joined the Discord a long time ago, you didn't need your phone number, but now you do. We had instances of a number of people make 20 or 30 accounts to try to do a coordinated raid. I would strongly recommend the Discord, but again, you do you. As far as I know, Discord doesn't actually send out or share a phone number. I haven't received any text message spam. But again, it's up to you. Yeah, I do recommend joining though. The Discord's a great community. So let's tuck this back in, and I'm gonna switch you over to our auxiliary camera. Oh, I should really turn the auxiliary camera off in the corner, shouldn't it? I'm going to switch that back over while I readjust our overhead cam here. And so let's get this and put it back in here. We'll cut the power. We'll unplug the USB. The USB. And let's pile this all back in there. There's a lot more inside the case now. I'm actually going to remove these... I'm going to remove these cables here because I'm not actually... You know what? I don't actually know... Alright, here's what I'm thinking. This has a fan connector, right? Like there's a fan connector right there that's controlled by it, right? And let me grab the nearest object to indicate. So we've got a fan connector. And over here is... Over here is a regulator that feeds that feeds it, right? The fan that I pulled out of it is rated to 100 milliamps, right? But our pump and fan is now 2 amps, 2,000 milliamps. So the question is, should we look up the regulator to see if there's a chance it'll handle the fan and pump, or should we just connect those to a secondary power supply and they're always going to be running? I'm thinking we bunt on that and deal with it later. Ben Maynard says cringe, lol. I would recommend leaving that. So, yeah, let's get this guy installed. Overhead camera, yes. I very crudely implemented a number pad. I lost all my gaming key bindings because of that. I didn't save the original GMK. I didn't save the original GMK map. Let's get that over here. That I used to program it, so I lost all of my other key bindings. So yeah, I had this key map that this layer that mapped the left side of the keyboard onto the right side because I'm a lefty and all that, and I unfortunately lost all of that. So hopefully I have time in the next few months to redo the rest of the key bindings. Come on, let's get that in there. There we go. Yeah, this dual lock stuff is super strong, but it takes a lot more force to snap it down than regular Velcro. For regular Velcro, you just touch the two halves together. But dual lock, you really have to mash it down there. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of cable management. We're gonna really carefully route the cables. What's going on here? This needs to point this direction because it's reflecting off my head and making me look bald. Yeah, we're gonna deal with the cable. Don't worry about the cables. I understand cables don't look very nice. Don't worry. Be calm. Be chill. Take it down. Take a breath. Smoke a doob. Take a pill. Relax. Chill. We're gonna route the cables. We're just gonna do it last in case you have to change anything. So, all right, we're gonna take our power header here and connect it to this. So inside, oh, you can't see anything here because there's tubes in the way. I really should have moved the camera over. Come on. Yeah, there we go. This is about as far as I can move this in any direction. It's like 4 feet long. Yeah, so in here is a switching regulator that's going to feed all the LED strips. I actually need to use a number of regulators because each individual regulator isn't strong enough. The Pi draws 2 amps, the strips draw an amp. The Pi Pico uses some power, the pump needs some juice, so does the fan. So, yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, this is premature. Yeah, this is premature because let's see, we need to wire up. We didn't test everything, so we're going to wire up 12 volts to the other voltage regulator. I'm glad I reminded myself that feeds the Raspberry Pi. So yeah, let's hook this up and then let's carry let's carry our auxiliary cam over to the other side and point our auxiliary camera at our auxiliary monitor. Yes. Alright, and now we're going to run 12 volts through this thing, and let's just double check that this is wired in correctly. I think it is. So yeah, we're going to run 12 volts through the regulator, and let's see if the Raspberry Pi turns on. I'm gonna be careful with our current here. Rudy Niemeyer, thanks a lot for the €11. Chill more, well deserved. Thank you very much. I chill as much as I can. I am an inherently lazy person, believe it or not. I do. I take, I give myself. I try to give myself an hour a night. Usually I take a weekend day off too, but yeah, losing the computer just ruined everything. A video that should have taken 2 days to cut took four and change. Like, I now had a week-long project I had to do out of the blue, and I had to go and buy all the stuff. It was hopefully and it happened to come during a time when I had a lot of other things planned. So hopefully it all starts cooling down. All right, so let's give the 12 volts, and if this regulator smokes, we are in big trouble. Like, big trouble. I'm gonna turn the current down. All right. I'm seeing some lights. Oh, we're over current. Oh, there we go. It looks good. Looking good. Can we see a desktop? Can we make it all the way to a desktop? I'm seeing a boot screen there. Let's full screen that. There we go. We got ourselves a desktop. I can't move the camera back anymore. Excellent. So yeah, let's switch back over to overhead cam. Engage auxiliary camera. There we go. Yeah, the magic smoke, the shmoo seems to be contained. The magic smoke is on the inside. Looks good. Okay, so we got lights, we got camera, we got action. What else do we have to, I think that's about it. So yeah, looks like things are working. So let's cut the power. and let's wire all this stuff up because it seems pretty plausible that this is all working. Yeah. Next, next thing we should do. Well, yeah. Let's wire this up. Okay, so this is in place. I think the next thing we should do is plug in the oscilloscope and see if it catches on fire trying to power the pump. There's a decent chance that it'll either burn out this regulator or it'll burn out whatever the regulator is connected to, or it'll detect overcurrent and shut off, or I was going to make a burnout joke, but it wasn't funny. Let's tuck these in and down here so you can see what's going on. Don't worry, the cable management is on its way. Don't worry. You would not I'm saying this because you would not believe the vitriol, the boiling hatred of the comments I've been getting about the preview pics of the computer, and with some of my past projects about my cable management. Especially the Tiny PC video. People were giving me crap about the Tiny PC video. They're giving me crap about the cable management. The first part, like, pisses me off because the Tiny PC, there's 4 square inches of room inside the case. Or there's 8 square inches total, or 8 cubic inches. So, like, I did the best I could. The second thing is, the cable management that they were critiquing was my desk. It wasn't the project. It wasn't even the second project. It was my desk. But yeah, people were giving me crap about the cable management and the Omegalith, and it's not done. It wasn't finished. It wasn't done when I showed it. All right, enough being defensive. All right, if I burn out this regulator, then it's not the end of the world because I wasn't really using it anyways. Okay, so let's get in here, and let's get in here, and we're going to hook up our fan connector here. So maybe in the future we'll be able to control it in software. Come on, no. And let's hook up this connector here. I wish there was like some comprehensive set of like all kinds of JST and Molex connectors, because I never have the right connectors. These two aren't designed to mate with each other. I'm really, cramming a square peg into a round hole, so to speak. Alex is complaining about our requirements for validating on Discord. I don't know what you hope to gain from that. Like, we're not switching off. We're not switching off of Discord. Like, we've almost 8,000 members on Discord. Like, our community is great. We have like a super supportive community. People have found love on it. We're not stopping using Discord, and we're not switching to ICQ or something, because that would get people off Discord and break up the community. So, like, I get it. It's frustrating. Okay, we got you folks ready to release some magic smoke? Oh, I forgot about I keep forgetting to set up the sponsor matrix. Oh my gosh. I call it the sponsor matrix, even though there aren't sponsors on it. I keep forgetting to set up the patron matrix. The Patrix. Yeah, to thank all the cool people who, are responsible for making this show happen. Yeah, let's get them. Let's give them some screen time here. These folks deserve it. Jeez. That's what I get for not preparing properly. There you go. Yeah, let's give those cool people some thanks while I'm at it. Let's switch on my light. Oh, let's get that out of there. Yeah, those cool people deserve their credit. Let's put it this way: if we didn't have the patrons, if we didn't have the patrons, losing the computer would have been ruinous. It would have been a disaster. I basically would have had to scramble to just to rebuild the computer using all the parts I had available. The computer still wouldn't be the best for the job. And, you know, I would have had to skip a sponsored episode, and basically it would have put us in a terrible situation. So, thanks to the patrons, not only did I get finally be able to use the chance to upgrade my equipment so I could cut videos faster, but also we get to make a really cool video about the process, and it got me back up and running quickly without having to, decide between food and parts. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, so those folks deserve it. They're cool. They're cool. The different colors indicate different tiers. If you want to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/Zack Freedman. That's also, by the way, I keep forgetting to say this. I should say it more often. That's where the stream archives go. After a stream is done, we put the replay up on the Patreon archives. So if you if you want to see the past streams that you might have missed, etc., etc., then you don't even have to join a tier. As long as you're a member, as long as you're a member of the Patreon, you get access to all of the stream archives. And yeah. Anyways, thank you. Anyways, thanks to these folks. They're really cool. So let's blow some stuff up without any further interruptions. We're going to need a power cable, so stand by. Here we go. Okay, this is one of those times when I'm gonna wish I had an infrared thermometer, because we're gonna have to poke the regulator to see if it's overheating. Yeah, let's get this over here. I see folks in chat talking about IRC. Believe it or not, yes, people keep telling me that I should stop using Discord and use IRC. And I know that was it like Freenode or something. One of the more common servers got they sold out or something. I don't know. It was a big thing. Okay. I just remembered. This uses a key to turn on. I don't remember where I put it. Yeah. I changed this. I changed the switch with like an ignition key, and I don't actually remember where I put the key. I don't actually know what I did with it. Oh, this is awkward. Crap. All right. Let me think. Where could I have put the key? It's not any of those boxes. It's not on my key ring. Oh boy, that was really dumb. Doesn't look like I taped it onto the case or something. I must have just thrown it somewhere when we moved. Ah boy. Crap in a hat. I must have just thrown it somewhere when we moved. I can't remember where I would have put it though. Maybe like a box of screws, maybe? Maybe I put it in a tray? Is it in the tiny dumpster? It's not in the tiny dumpster. Oh boy. Okay, I've made a huge mistake. We're gonna have to pull this apart. We're gonna have to pull this apart and install a new switch. Yeah. Alex C., I'm gonna have to ask you to stop trying to poison our comment section by talking about Discord's negatives. This is your last warning. So where did I put this thing? Maybe it's in a box of nerf stuff. All right. Okay. You guys don't want to watch me. Scramble around the workshop, trying to remember where I put a key. We're gonna have to desolder it and replace it. Let's see. Bear with me. One second. poop. I really didn't want to do this because it's going to require me to completely drain and disassemble the water cooling system. I guess we have to do it anyways, right? Like, I guess, you know, we're going to have to do it anyways. Okay, enough. I know how much time I waste, waffling about on stream, and I'm trying to improve the tempo. So, looks like the key is lost. That's a shame. So we're going to drain the system.
I thought the key was over here.
We're going to drain the system, and we're going to start over. Brooke says she knows where the key is, so you're going to see her poking around and back. But we have to move forward assuming it's lost. Because I know folks don't want to watch us scramble around the apartment looking for things. So let's unplug this. We don't want to work on something. Oh boy, YouTube is not receiving video. That's bad. We lost our internet connection. Brooke, we have to get back online, or YouTube is going to cancel our stream.
It's just lagging.
No, it's off. It's completely. This is sketchy. Yeah, it's not working.
No, it's back.
It's not working very well.
It's back.
Okay. That's weird. Yeah, it's alright, so our connection is getting very choppy. If we continue to have trouble, we'll end the stream. Hopefully it'll go back to normal. It seems to be stabilizing now. I'm gonna have Brooke turn off other devices using the internet. Anything unnecessary, let's turn it off. And hopefully that'll improve things. So, yes, I'm going to. Okay, so the plan is we're going to drain the system. We're going to we're going to strip it down. We'll open it up. We'll switch out the. Our switch, and then we'll take it from there. Again, I'm sorry beyond sorry for the lag. We'll have a word with our ISP after this is all done. Okay, so let's do this. The drain is on the bottom, although it's kind of hard to put back. I installed a second drain, but I don't think it's going to work very well. Yeah, we're doing the best we can here. Oh my god. Alright. It's not the easiest to put this cap back on, but that's fine. That's my problem. Okay. Alright, so the cap is on the underside. Oh no. Looks like in our haste we've lost our our thing here. Alright, this isn't working clearly. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I'm gonna cut this off while we rearrange it. I'm sure everyone wants to see all the juice flowing out of the system. So let's reposition this. Doing our best over here. Gotta remember, this is only my, not that this is an excuse, but it's only my, my fifth stream or something. Like, I've only properly done, like a few of these. I'm still dialing it in. Alright. Yeah. Alright. I guess that's good enough. Okay, so let's get up in here. I got a screwdriver. We're gonna get the screwdriver up in here, and let's drain the lizard. Come on. All right. So yeah. Oh. So you notice there's nothing, there's no liquid coming out. That's expected. We need to open up another hole so that air can get in. Water can't get out unless air goes in. Here we go. That sounds suggestive, doesn't it? I'm doing that so I can move this up a little closer and limit the splashing. All right. Yeah, this is a very complex. It's a very complex loop. So we're gonna have to move it around. Palador Sims, thanks a lot for the 200 Norwegian kroner. I really appreciate it. He says, "Relax, Zack, you got this." There's certain things that are. They're just unlikely, such as me relaxing. But I really appreciate it. It really helps. Takes off that little bit of pressure. I'm gonna show. Yeah, let's switch back to the overhead camera because this is cool. Overhead. Oh, we are in the overhead camera. We're just at a bad angle. Overhead. Yeah, you can see like all the. See all the juice flowing through. Come on. Yeah, this is just about the most difficult liquid cooling system to drain. It's going around all over the place. Yeah, I'm gonna use Talon Saunders. Thanks a lot for the $20. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for the encouraging words. Yeah, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm complaining a lot. Sorry if it sounds like I'm complaining a lot. Tremendous amount to do, and yeah, Discord has also been very good to us. I feel mildly defensive. Okay, that didn't work. I was trying to siphon some air out of the system, but it doesn't seem to be working. All right, so let's just rock it. Getting the water out, getting the fluid out of a liquid cooling system is always kind of a chore. There we go. Oh, I missed the bucket.
You better not have missed the bucket.
I missed the bucket. Yeah, this thing holds a lot of water. The radiator is like 2.5 inches thick or something. All right. So in order to drain this thing, let me think here how we're going to do this. Because in order to drain this thing, we're going to have to pick it up and move it around, which is not going to be very fun to watch. All right, we need to salvage this. All right, I guess we can get. If we can just get the liquid out of the two tubes, so I have these tubes to unlink the front half from the bottom half. So if so yeah, I think we just have to drain it. I think we just have to pick it up and wave it around. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way around this. Let's switch back to here so that I can change our camera.
Loading again.
We're doing the best I can. Let me know if we need to cancel the stream. Yeah, we seem to be having some internet problems. Seem to be having some internet trouble. If this continues, we'll end the stream. Yeah, we're doing our best here. I don't know why it's happening. It shouldn't. We have 20 megabytes of guaranteed upstream bandwidth. So we're gonna have some words with Comcast. Or I'm gonna have Brooke have some words with Comcast. Alright. Let's turn this over. I'm being very, very gentle here. Generally, when you make your liquid cooling system, you should probably preempt, like, this is a problem that's better off prevented. Like, when you make your liquid cooling system, don't, like, try it as best as you can to avoid having, like, dips. You always want a direct line from the top to the bottom. You don't, any. Oh, we've frozen again. All right, I think this is a non-starter. Unfortunately, I think today's stream is a bust. All right, Brooke. We're gonna wait till our connection goes back on. We're gonna explain the situation. Afterwards, we'll get on the phone with Comcast and tell them that we are going to switch carriers unless they guarantee our service level. All right. Unfortunately,